Alright, what's up, y'all? I'm gonna try to make this video one last time. All of my energy, I went from 60% juice to now I'm on 18% juice, trying to make a video, a short video about the women that I found that were equal to me, equally matched to me in piety. Every video that I've been making and posting on my Instagram, all of the information I've been putting on my spaces, on my Twitter spaces and stuff like that, my YouTube, they've been listening to them. And I haven't realized that it's actually people been listening to my stuff in different countries. Those small countries that you wouldn't recognize, they've been listening. And a bunch of them decided to give themselves to me. And they basically called out to me and they reached out to me. And I accepted every last one of them genuinely, legitimately. Okay? Not just metaphysically. I physically typed to them like, I will cover you, I will protect you, I will let you be, you can be mine, I can be yours, whatever the case. So I basically said I will cover you, and so that's really saying everything. So it secured them, and what I'm saying is the reason why they're equally matched to me is because of the lifestyle, the trapped up lifestyle that we are both trapped up inside of. My life is trapped up through a lot of sex work and a lot of suppression and oppression by people, mainly women, and a bunch of faggy gay men want to run my life or whatever the case. So it's ran by soft, emasculated, feminized people and women through feminism. And so it's like their life still. Men run women. And so the men are on top of the women and the women are under the men. And so that's the issue. Okay, so the women are powerless. And they're trapped up in a lot of sex work and stuff like that. And so through my videos, they've listened. Whereas though a lot of people that are in America or around me and stuff listen to my videos, it's like they're partial. They're partial. And like I said, the shame of fame. That fame gets to your head and you can't shake it. You can't be brave. You can't be brave. You can be aggressive, but you can't really be brave towards holy things or pious things or real things like you need to be. You know, you're going to flake somewhere. You're going to be phony somewhere. So, they're my equal matches. And so I was happy to see them yesterday on my Twitter, which is my salvation page. The hardest salvation work, which is firework, lust firework. That's the hardest salvation work to do, but it's a lot of women trapped in that thing, genuinely trapped up. Not something that they wanted to do, it was actually that they chose to live a pious, pure path, but a bunch of men that are aggressive, that have power over their country, and that their women can still grab these women that decided to live pious lives and dress modestly, wear hijabs and stuff like that, and drag them through the dirt and expose them and make them show themselves on a camera naked and have sex with them on a camera, stuff like that, to belittle them and put their lives in danger because they set the bar so high by being like that. And so they want to kind of keep the bar low, like where they wanted at, because they don't want to change morally. And so that's why they make them go through mess like that. The same type of stuff I'm going through here in America, but for them it's the women. For me is the men. And then some of the men that still want to ride with the women, they hold on tight to them. You know, over there, they hold on tight to them or whatever. And they go through it with them. You know, but there's still a lot of women that's not spoken for. And so I went out and spoke for them. And I saw them on my Twitter and they popped up because there's a lot of women that I be looking for, like, okay, looking for Heaven Family. Some women here, there, all American women. It's just like, if they saw me on the ground, they would never say hi, never give me anything. They'll walk right by. They'll see all my potential and my credentials and skills and college transcript and all this stuff that I know how to do. And I shouldn't even be on the ground. My curriculum vitae, my resume, my Indeed, my LinkedIn, my everything. They would look at all of this stuff and be like, "Hey, yo, he's like really skilled. He can do this. He shouldn't be on the ground." You know, I have hope. I think he has potential by looking at my online stuff. So, but when you meet me physically, you'll just drive right by, or you'll walk right past me and be like, "Nah." The vibe of seeing me like that is a hopeless feeling, and you would forget everything that you saw, and then you would hear me talk about why I'm like this, and you would feel me, but then drive by again, and then still feel that hopelessness. Be like, "Nah, I don't want to be a part of that." not really realizing that if you just invested a little bit, you can help me. But that's the kicker. You're not in the same bracket as I'm in of purity and pious living. So you can see me and still the Most High won't let you reach me because, we're not equal. Now these women I saw, no man could reach them because their pure desire is like too strong, even though they're trapped up in some mess. So I taught them how to get through the mess because I'm in the mess myself. So their purity matched mine, which is a complete 100% pure desire, of wanting to live pious and holy, finding a true holy way and things like absolute truth. No, in no way am I playing like that, and they not either. So a typical Islamist man or a typical holy man or person would look at a woman with a hijab on that's in a porn scene and be like, frown at her and be like, nah man, da da da, and say everything about her. But that's negative. But me seeing it, I would see what's happening to me. Like how I had a family, a wife and 2 children, and prayed every day. I prayed twice, 3 times a day sometimes. I worked for my family. I taught Hebrew lessons in the Torah in my household. I only ate clean kosher foods and this. And I was a clean house, always clean, always wore modest clothes. My daughter was taken care of. I took care of I did everything. You could not even see me and look at me and be like, wow, this guy's, you could not think anything negative about me at all. Looking at my life when I was with my wife, Now looking at me on the ground is like, yo, this guy's da 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 da. And so the same heart that I have is what they have. Like, whereas though you could not see anything wrong with them or nothing, no problem with them until that country come and mess them up and then make them look a certain kind of way on porn and this and that, and you would count them out. At first glance, you would count them out. As soon as you see that, oh no, get out of here. You don't wear the hijab and try to do that, get out of here. But it wasn't for them. So the Most High Father had showed me them and said, these women are the ones that are equal to you. Now that I'm at my end of my road, he showed me these women. But the Most High is special because you'll see a dead end zone and the sign say dead end zone, but then he'll push that road back. That's the Most High himself. He's the only one that can lead you to a dead end and push that dead end back. It's just like you just don't know where the road is leading you to, so you just kind of like winging it, getting through each day as it comes, and just trusting in the Most High Father. He's gonna lead you somewhere in the right way because he always will, regardless. And so that's what we putting our trust in. And these women also listening to all my videos, they obviously follow me because everybody counted them out because they got trapped up in a certain lifestyle. And I found this out through being in the Philippines. In Mindanao, the Islamist people there was getting messed up. The Muslim women, they was getting sexually exploited because their piety level and their modesty and chastity and sobriety level was higher than the people that run the country and that actually have all the money. And so people was like looking towards them more than they looking towards the politicians and stuff of the country. And so they did stuff to them, and the best way they guess they became evil-minded in the sense where they felt like they want to go to war with them and knock them down, from their piety. And so they did that in Mindanao, attacked them or whatever the case. And so they got the women sexually exploiting the women and stuff like that to try to degrade them and bring them below them and try to bring them under their bar again so that they can keep power over their country. And that's how it be. But I noticed that when I was in the Philippines, that morality and piety is frowned upon because they eat pork. They do American stuff in the Philippines, like eat pork and swine and this, and they run everything. So it's like, they have their own issues that's similar to America too, but neither here nor there. So that's what I wanted to say. Sorry about that. So that's what I wanted to say. If I can ever get to them or if I can ever contact them, I got a couple video messages and stuff from a couple sisters that was there with hijabs on, and they just like basically was like, it's time. It was an eye-open moment. Vision was open at that moment. I was able to contact them, and the Most High allowed me to speak with them mind to mind and soul to soul. And so she just basically, pulled her breast out and was like, and just basically gave me everything. It was like, look, this is my feed. This is what I got to say. And so through that, it was a way of trying to get a message out. And basically I got the message and I got it back. And then they sent me another video saying that, yeah, this is what we look like publicly, but this is what they do to us privately. so that they can keep their, they can continue to survive. And so I was like, yeah, I'm with you, because look at me, we in the same boat. Now, if I was with y'all, we would understand each other, and we could have each other's backs, and it could be a true, genuine marriage, with a pure desire. And even though we got to go through the evil system, and even though we got to get, dragged through the mud, at the end of the day, we still can cleave onto one another and still can hold tight to one another, and know that we can know each other in our own hearts. We can know each other in our own hearts and not let go. Because at the end of the day, through all of the mess, we have each other. And we know that if nobody else understands what we're going through, we understand what we're going through ourselves, because we truly desire a holy life, and the system that is running us, or that we are living in, is stepping on our neck so hard to where nobody can notice us, or nobody notice our potential or our holiness, and they don't notice us because we're stepped on too hard, and it's not for too many people to notice. It's only for special people like me and them. And so I was happy that the Most High showed me that yesterday. Kind of gave me like a hope. It gave me like a hope. So because I noticed that thing, I was happy about it. And it made me want to kind of like focus my attention on them more. Everybody else that's still out here playing games and media games and casting games, and y'all in your own world, y'all do y'all controlled by demons too much, and I can help as much as I can help. And if you get saved and I can do some good, I'm happy about it. I'm genuinely happy about y'all being saved, y'all back in y'all positions, y'all back in y'all heaven positions, and I'm happy about all that. But when it comes down to it, I'm in a whole nother bracket of piety and holiness and things like that. And so those are the women that I desire. Brave enough to even wear the hijab. Still, you gonna still wear the hijab, even though they're gonna expose you sexually and exploit you sexually. That's brave. Is to tell people that that's not what you want, but this is what they forcing you to do. And that is a way to table everything. That is a way to have no conviction. That is easily to me, that I can see that that's a blameless woman, or those are blameless women, because they're not hiding it. They don't have anything to hide, no secrets. They don't have any evil intent, impure intent, so that they can do something like that, or whatever the case, and still be brave enough to still wear the hijab and stuff like that in the public, or whatever, and have no conviction, because it's not something they want at all. And those who still have some kind of conviction, or hide things, don't want to table things, women and men like that, you desire those things in some way. There's some kind of desire in your heart for those things, and that's how you not able to meet me, or able to cleave to me right or properly. You can't be with me, you can't talk to me, you hiding from me, you got secrets, this, that, and the third. You're doing crazy stuff because it's in your heart to want to do those things. But those women would do such a thing to go so far to say that they don't want it, and this is to protect our lives. The same as me. I'm on the dirt on the ground for y'all as well as for them. But they using it right. They're utilizing it right. And they going in the dirt with me by allowing themselves to get exposed and while I'm in it. So y'all women would look at me, and at face value, as soon as you see me physically, count me out, won't talk to me. You'll even desire me, but then be like, nah, never mind. You'll think like maybe just then be like, nah, never mind. The way he walking, I don't like the way he walking. I don't like the way he crossed the street just now. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the way he did that. Like you just looking by physical appearance. No fair chances at all. And so that's a way that the Most High block people that not supposed to be with certain kinds of people, even though it can work for you. He'll block you. And then all of a sudden you start having emotions like, nah, never mind. And you fully sold on it. The Most High did that to you without you realizing it. He did that to you, made your emotions go in a different way, because it wouldn't be good for me to be with you, but you to be with me if things end up working out. It would be one way, a one-sided type thing. So neither here there, just videos for them to kind of comfort them as well, to say stay strong. I'm staying strong. I'm still in the ground in the dirt. I'm homeless, poor still, just like y'all still being sexually exploited and exposed and stuff like that. I'm with you. I got you. I'm covering you. Okay, I understand. why y'all doing what y'all doing and why y'all in what y'all in. Okay. So I got your back. So with that said, shalom shalom, mishpacha, b'yizra el, signing out.